Turn around, turn around. Wait, what? Hold on. You're being detained right now, okay? For what?
On September 13th, 2018, a frantic 911 call comes in San Jose after a woman makes a horrifying discovery at her coworker Karen's home.
San Jose emergency, what are you reporting?
I'm reporting regarding my coworker. She didn't show up and I'm knocking at the door. She didn't answer the door. And then I just slightly pressed the door opened and...
The front door isn't locked. When she pushes it open and steps inside, she finds Karen sitting in a chair, covered in wounds. As officers begin investigating the scene, they start asking a simple question. Who saw Karen last? That's when they come across an old man closely related to the victim. He casually tells officers he had visited her recently, even brought pizza and spent some time talking. But something about the way he says it feels off, because while talking about the last time he saw Karen alive, he isn't grieving. If anything, he's smiling.
When's the last time you saw her?
Friday. I brought her pizza and cookies.
What time was that, sir?
I think it was around 3 o'clock, like I told that lady over there.
Karen Navarra was 67 years old and had spent nearly half a century working as a pharmacy technician at the Regional Medical Center in San Jose. For 45 years, she showed up to the same hospital, earning a reputation among coworkers as someone dependable, quiet, and incredibly dedicated to her job. Outside of work, Karen lived a relatively private life. She wasn't married, had no children, and mostly kept to herself. Friends described her as independent, someone who was comfortable living alone and sticking to a simple routine.
Did you work closely with her?
We were co-workers.
But there was one person she still saw regularly, her stepfather. 91-year-old Anthony Aiello had been married to Karen's mother for around 9 years, making him one of the closest family members in her life. According to him, their relationship was perfectly normal. In fact, Anthony told investigators he had stopped by Karen's house just days before her body was discovered, bringing her homemade pizza and biscotti for a short visit.
When's the last time you saw her?
Friday. I brought her pizza and cookies.
What time was that, sir?
I think it was around 3 o'clock, like I told that lady over there. Yeah.
Okay.
I was here about.
At first, that detail didn't seem suspicious, but investigators would soon realize that Anthony's visit might have been the last time anyone saw Karen alive.
So, when you got there on Saturday, what time do you think you were there that Saturday?
I don't carry a watch.
Okay. Do you have any idea what time it was?
No, I don't.
So, when we talked to your wife earlier, she said she thought it was around 3 o'clock. Is that about right?
I can't answer that.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Did you only go over there one time that day?
That day, yeah.
When officers arrived at the home on Terra Noble Way, the situation immediately felt unusual. The call had come from Karen's coworker, Amber Ashfeck, who had grown concerned after Karen failed to show up for work. When Amber arrived at the house to check on her, she noticed something strange right away. The front door was closed, but it wasn't locked. After pushing it open and stepping inside, she made a horrifying discovery. Karen Navarra was sitting in a chair at the dining room table, unresponsive.
San Jose emergency, what are you reporting?
Yeah, I'm reporting regarding my coworker. She didn't show up for work for last 2 days. And then my work called me because I live close to her to go check her house. And I came here and I'm knocking at the door. She didn't answer the door. And then I just slightly pressed the door opened. And she is sitting on the chair and her face is all black spots on her face. I got scared. I came out.
By the time officers entered the residence, the scene was exactly as Amber had described.
Is she moving at all?
I just went inside and I just came out.
Does she look down like she's passed away? Hello, San Jose Police? Hello? San Jose Police? She's probably gonna be 1055. Oh, yeah? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, did that herself. Yeah. Way more than subject's 1055.
Karen's body was slouched back in a wooden chair, her head leaning over the backrest while her legs stretched out in front of her. San Jose Fire Department personnel soon arrived and pronounced her dead at the scene. As the crime investigators took a closer look, the extent of the violence that had taken place eventually became impossible to ignore. Near the top of Karen's skull, they observed a severe laceration. It was so deep that it appeared the structure of the skull itself had been compromised. It wasn't a superficial wound, but was the kind that immediately signaled extreme force. But what made the scene even more difficult to process was how much of it was hidden. Karen's hair was completely soaked in blood, clumped together in a way that made it nearly impossible for investigators to identify the full extent of her injuries during the initial assessment. And then, just a few feet away, they noticed something that didn't quite belong in a scene like this. On the kitchen counter sat a pizza, still wrapped in aluminum foil, but nearby, pieces of uneaten pizza were scattered across the floor. At first glance, it looked ordinary, but when exactly had that pizza been brought there? And the cops had just heard someone say they had dropped off some pizza for Karen. As officers continued examining the scene, they began noticing smaller details that raised even more questions. Near the entryway, just inside the front door, they found a small piece of brown paper, seemingly torn from a larger sheet. Written on it, in plain handwriting, were the numbers 1057. At first glance, it might not seem significant, but in a case like this, even the smallest detail mattered. Officers also took note of the home's entry points. The rear sliding door was found open, while the front door, similar to what Amber said, had been closed, but unlocked when she first arrived. It was an unusual combination, and nothing about the scene suggested a straightforward explanation. Taking the condition of the body, the signs of a struggle, and the irregularities around the home, officers quickly determined that this situation was suspicious. Subsequently, the homicide unit and crime scene unit were called in to take over the investigation. And soon as expected, when officers began examining the area more closely, the situation became far more disturbing. Karen had a deep laceration on the right side of her neck, along with wounds to the top of her head. Resting in her right hand was a large kitchen knife marked Vanadium Flint Stainless, made in USA. Around her, the dining room looked like a struggle had taken place. 2 chairs were knocked over, drawers from nearby rooms had been pulled open, and dried blood covered parts of the floor. Blood spatter marked the countertop, nearby drapery, and surrounding items. And just beneath Karen's head, officers noticed something especially unsettling: a bowl on the floor filled with blood. At that moment, investigators knew one thing for certain: Karen Navarra's death was not natural. Outside the house, Anthony Aiello told officers he was struggling to understand what had happened to his stepdaughter, but his demeanor told a different story. Despite learning that Karen was dead, he didn't appear particularly shaken. He spoke calmly with investigators, answering their questions without hesitation. For someone who had just lost a close family member, his reaction felt rather composed.
Adele husband, Karen, her daughter.
Oh, your husband?
Her mother's husband.
Mother's husband, okay.
Yeah, we live right here when I came to pick up the mail.
Oh, okay.
The lady was at the house a while ago. The inspector or whatever, who she was.
Oh.
Give us the information. My name is Tony Aiello.
Tony? Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're just standing by right now, so we're gonna leave everything the way it is right now. Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Friday, I brought her pizza and cookies.
What time was that, sir?
I think it was around 3 o'clock.
The following day, detectives returned to speak with Anthony again, this time at the home he shared with Karen's mother, Adele. When they arrived, Anthony himself opened the door and invited them inside.
You come in.
Hi, Anthony.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Oh, not bad for young kid.
Yeah, Sergeant Montanay. Mike Montanay.
I'm Anthony Aiello.
Nice to meet you.
Detective Brian Meeker. Nice
My
to meet
pleasure,
you.
sir.
Nice to meet you. We think that someone else is probably responsible for her passing.
I know that.
That's why we're here.
I know that.
Sergeant Montanay and I work in the homicide unit. We are charged with finding out what happened, getting to the truth, and figuring out who did what.
Yeah.
We're going to ask you a lot of questions.
Please do.
During the conversation, detectives asked him about the last time he had seen Karen alive. Anthony told them it had been 5 days earlier, on Saturday, September 8th, which did not match what he said the first time, that is Friday. According to him, that afternoon he had made pizza and biscotti at home. After cutting the pizza into several slices, he set aside a few pieces for himself and his wife.
No, I have no idea.
And that was Saturday?
That was, I was a mistake. I thought it was Friday. My wife was correct.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Saturday when you took the piece over.
So you guys are both sure it was definitely on Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Tony, getting back to that Saturday,
Sorry about the mixed up day.
that's okay. That's okay. We just want, that's why we're here, to make absolutely sure.
The remaining slices, he said, were placed on a white paper plate with blue trim, covered with aluminum foil, and brought over to Karen's house around 3 p.m. Anthony explained that Karen had been alone when he arrived. She seemed happy to see him and immediately began eating one of the slices.
I know these are weird questions,
No,
but
I
we're just
understand.
trying to
absolutely.
make sure everything
Yeah, I
kind of
understand.
jives together. So you guys kept 3 pieces of that pizza, and she had a piece of pizza at that time.
Yeah, the time that I was there.
So that should be 4 pieces that are gone from that
Yeah.
pizza.
Well, I guess I didn't count how many pieces I cut.
He told detectives he stayed for about 15 minutes before heading back home.
How long did you stay for?
How long did I stay there?
Yeah.
Not even 10 minutes, I don't think. Somewhere in there.
Were you in the backyard? Yeah, you were in the backyard.
Yeah, we would go and look at the flowers as usual.
Oh, she picked the roses for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at first, it sounded like nothing more than a normal visit between family members. But as investigators continued digging into the timeline, they would soon discover that some details in Anthony's story didn't quite line up. As investigators continued verifying Anthony's story, they began searching the neighborhood for surveillance footage. Detectives checked several homes near Karen's residence, hoping to confirm the timeline Anthony had described.
What have you? Because I didn't want to come in here half-cocked. I wanted to kind of understand, have you understand what we found. So one of the things that I wanted to let you know about was some video camera footage that was found. Fortunately for us, Karen Street has a lot of video cameras out in front of houses. There's one on the street that shows your car parked in the driveway. Now, the first time that it shows is right about 3:13 on the 8th. Would that be consistent with the time that you believe that you got there? Saturday the 8th.
You know, I don't know, put it on the watches.
Okay. Okay.
If that's what it shows.
One nearby Ring camera, mounted at an intersection close to Karen's house, had a partial view of her driveway and the front of the property. However, the system only recorded when motion was detected, and several clips from that day were either incomplete or failed to record properly. However, they did manage to retrieve footage near enough for them to see the cars parked in front of Karen's house. Officers also reviewed footage from another home along Noble Avenue, along the route Anthony claimed Karen had driven that evening. He stated that he saw her with someone else whom he didn't recognize, and she had even waved at him and went on her way. However, the footage did not show any signs of Karen or her car. Later that same day, Anthony's wife Adele contacted detectives and mentioned that Anthony had driven their gray 2007 Toyota Corolla during his visit to Karen's house.
It shows a dark gray car parked in the driveway, and it's the same shape, model as your wife's. Because you drove that car over there, right?
All the time.
So I was looking at it, and it shows 3:13 in the afternoon on Saturday.
That I got there.
That you were there, okay? It also shows that car leaving at 3:33. Okay, so you're there for about 20 minutes, same car. That same day that you said that you were over there. So that was at 3:33. Now, I'm no math wizard, but that tells me you were there for about 20 minutes, which is fine.
Like I said, I haven't know where to throw it to. I don't.
Okay. But you would agree with me when I say nobody was with you. You
Yeah.
left, she walked out to the door with you and closed the door, and you walked and you left. That's consistent with what the video shows. That's all fine.
With that information, investigators continued piecing together the timeline. Homicide detectives Meeker, Fagun, and Ramirez soon went to the coroner's office to speak with the medical examiner, Dr. Parson, who was conducting Karen's autopsy. During the examination, Dr. Parson shaved parts of Karen's scalp to get a clearer view of her injuries. That's when the full extent of the damage became clear. Karen had multiple deep wounds to her head and face, and her skull had been badly fractured from the force of the attacks. Dr. Parson explained that some of these injuries were so severe that they would have incapacitated her instantly. She also made something very clear, that there was no way Karen could have caused all of these injuries to herself. So based on her findings, Dr. Parson officially ruled the death a homicide. She also told detectives that the weapon used was likely something with a sharp edge, similar to a small hatchet or an axe. Taking all of this into account, investigators realized that the scene may have been staged to look like a suicide. But the most important clue wouldn't come from a camera. It would come from something Karen had been wearing on her wrist. During the autopsy, investigators recovered an important piece of evidence from Karen's body. On her left wrist, she had been wearing a Fitbit Alta HR. The device was removed and handed over to detectives, eventually being placed into the San Jose Police Department's technical evidence room for analysis. Investigators knew that certain Fitbit models could track heart rate, movement, exercise periods, and step counts. More importantly, some devices could automatically upload that data through Bluetooth to a nearby phone or computer. Karen's Fitbit was one of those devices. On September 20th, 2018, investigators received information from Fitbit's Director of Brand Protection, Jeff Bonham. According to Fitbit's servers, Karen's device had been actively communicating with a nearby paired device, likely her computer, every 15 minutes. But the data revealed something far more significant. Karen's Fitbit showed no movement, step count, or heart rate activity for several days before her body was discovered. The final recorded activity happened on September 8th, 2018. At 3:20 p.m., the device recorded a sudden spike in Karen's heart rate. Moments later, the data showed her heart rate rapidly slowing. Then, at 3:28 p.m., the Fitbit stopped recording heart rate data entirely.
I can't explain it. I wasn't there. He can't explain it. He wasn't there. You can explain it because you were there.
I was inside of the house.
Yes, sir, you were.
According to that.
Absolutely.
But I didn't do it.
Then who did? If you were inside the house when she died, who did it? If you were in my shoes, would you be very concerned about your involvement?
Well, of course I'd be very concerned.
That's why I'm here talking to you.
Well, naturally.
So how do I explain that she's already dead by the time you leave?
I have no idea. I know damn well that I had nothing to do with it. I mean, nothing. She was alive when I left. Whether that watch worked right or not, or whatever the situation is, I don't know.
Okay.
And there was another detail investigators couldn't ignore. Surveillance footage from a nearby home showed Anthony Aiello's car parked in Karen's driveway from 3:12 p.m. until at least 3:33 p.m. that same afternoon, exactly during the window when Karen's Fitbit recorded her final moments.
I get it. Okay.
I loved her to death.
You might have loved her to death, but whatever you did led to her death.
Not me, my friend. Never in the world I would think anything like that. Never.
Tony, she was dead when you left the house. We can prove that.
Now, when I was there.
By September 26, 2018, investigators believed they had enough evidence to move forward. Members of the San Jose Police Department's Covert Response Unit located and arrested Anthony Aiello, transporting the 91-year-old to the homicide unit for questioning.
Hi.
Hey, come over here.
What's going on?
Let me see your keys. All right, turn around. Turn around. Turn around.
Wait, what is
Hold on.
this?
You're being detained right now, okay?
For what?
For everybody else,
What happened to
go for it. Okay, copy. No weapons or anything on you, sir?
No, I got a radio and my wallet.
Okay.
What's cooking it?
The case officer here is going to explain to you what's going on, okay?
Okay.
We'll have him talk to you here in a second.
This is I don't know.
While detectives began interviewing him, crime scene investigators executed a search warrant at his residence.
You come in.
Mr. Aiello.
Yeah.
Tony. How are you? Could be better?
Could be better. I don't know what the hell's going on, but that's okay. I'm going to find out.
We are going to find out.
If you were in my shoes, would you be very concerned about your involvement?
Well, of course I'd be very concerned.
That's why I'm here talking to you.
Well, naturally.
So how do I explain that she's already dead by the time you leave?
I have no idea. I know damn well that had nothing to do with it. I mean, nothing. She was alive when I left.
Inside the home, officers quickly began finding items that raised serious concerns. In the master bedroom closet, investigators discovered a pair of men's pants with visible reddish-brown stains on the knees. A preliminary O-tolidine test indicated the stains were likely blood. In a clothes hamper located in a converted garage living area, officers recovered a white tank top and a gray button-down shirt, both marked with multiple small stains that also tested presumptively positive for blood.
You have a clothes hamper at the house.
Hamper?
Clothes hamper where you put dirty clothes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They found a shirt real similar to the one that you're wearing now, except it doesn't have as many stripes in it. It's got blood all over the front of it. It's this one here.
No.
Yeah, that's your shirt in your house. Here's the other problem. In that same hamper, there's another white t-shirt. Looks like the same t-shirt that you're wearing there.
Yeah.
That you're wearing right now.
V-shape.
See those blood spots on the front? They've already tested it.
Investigators then used leucocrystal violet, a chemical test designed to reveal traces of cleaned blood. The test indicated the possible presence of blood in 2 sinks inside the home, one in the converted garage area and another in the master bedroom. Meanwhile, at the homicide unit, detectives read Anthony his Miranda rights before beginning the interview.
Mr. Aiello.
Yeah.
Here's one of the things that I need to do. I need to fill out this interview sheet. Anybody who comes in here, we need to fill out one of these sheets. Just has some basic personal information as far as name and birthday.
Sorry.
It just has this basic information like name, birth date, that sort of thing. Okay?
What's going on? Would that blame me? Are you kidding me?
Despite the growing evidence, Anthony repeated the same story he had told investigators before.
Tony, are you trying to protect someone? I mean,
no, I'm not trying to protect anybody. I'm saying the truth.
Is Adele involved?
Dell?
Is she involved in this?
No.
Was she with you in the house?
No, of course not. I went alone. She could only walk.
like I said, then you need to help us here. I mean, everything we are getting now is pointing towards you.
I could see that.
I know, and you're not stupid. You're actually pretty smart, and you get it. How you can't even explain this. You can't explain it. You're going to bring no closure to this at all. Did you guys have a fight and you just got mad at her and that was it?
Never. Never like a man and never a fight.
How do you explain
never
all this stuff?
Never misunderstanding either.
How do you explain this?
I have no idea.
He said that on September 8th, around 3 p.m., he drove his wife's dark gray Toyota Corolla to Karen's house to drop off pizza. According to him, the visit lasted only 5 to 7 minutes. He claimed Karen was alive and well when he left. And as he walked out the door, she even handed him 2 roses before he drove straight back home.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
So do I just write down, Tony has no idea, these 5 minutes just went into Never Never Land? How do I explain it, Tony?
I don't know.
I do.
Well, of course you do, but I don't.
Well, that's why I'm trying to lay it out for you so you have a clear understanding. She was dead by the time you left the house.
She was alive when I left. She came and closed the door behind me. She gave me 2 little roses, and I'm gone. And I brought the mama.
I want you to have a clear understanding of what we
I
know.
don't. It's something I would never do. Never. I don't care if somebody could have been into another room or elsewhere or whatever. I have no idea.
But Tony, you
I
told
have an
us...
answer. I don't have any answer.
You told us you walked out, walked to your car, and just drove home.
Yeah, I did.
She was dead for 5 minutes before you even left the house. At a minimum, actually a minimum of 5 minutes, because at 3:35, your car is not there. So a maximum of 7 minutes, minimum of 5. Do you have like do you have a bar in your game room?
There's a bar there, yeah.
Do you have a sink in that bar?
No.
No? How many sinks do you have in your house?
2.
2. Where are they?
In the kitchen.
Both of them are in the kitchen? Just two?
Yeah, each bedroom I got one.
Okay, so you got two sinks in each, or one sink in each bathroom, and then two separate sinks in the kitchen?
And I have a bathroom too.
Okay. I'm just being told that they're also finding blood in one of your sinks, which means that there's some form of cleanup in one of the sinks. Can you explain why they might find
Which
blood?
sink is that?
The one in your house.
In the house we got the one in the kitchen.
Okay.
Which they double, stainless steel.
Okay. And you also have one in your kind of man cave? You know what a man cave is?
No.
Okay. Can you explain a man
What's
cave?
a man?
It's like a den. Remember how men used to call a room their den? Like a den? A room where a man would have like a desk and trophies on the wall. A den.
Well, I got my game room. I got all my games hanging on the walls and things like that.
Game room,
right
den.
There, and right there I have a half a bathroom too.
Okay, man cave. Yeah, it's like some guys will have a big garage and they'll have like a little room in there with a TV and a little bar and like a bathroom, half bathroom.
No.
So is that what your like man cave is? Is that one little room you're talking about?
No. We got that bar in that corner. We don't use them anymore.
But that bar, it's got a little sink in it, right?
No. No sink. It's a dry bar.
So it's like is that like the converted garage?
It used to be a garage when I built the house. I didn't want a garage.
But there's a sink in the converted garage, or off the converted garage. Is that correct?
There's a half a bathroom.
Okay. Well, there's blood in that sink.
During the interview, detectives began confronting Anthony with the things they found at his house. They told him that a search warrant had been executed at his home, and that investigators had recovered clothing with what appeared to be blood spatter inside a clothes hamper in his garage.
Did you do something that you need to tell us about?
No.
Okay, why are we now finding blood in a little sink like that?
Whose blood is it?
I don't know.
I
But
cut
we're gonna
myself
test
many
it.
times. I don't wash myself.
If there was blood in my house on a sink, I would come home and go, honey, whose blood is this? I'd be asking, I would know, it's my house. Just like when people say, I don't know who borrowed my car. How do you not know who borrows your car?
Well,
I'm saying, how do you not know whose blood that is?
I mean, anytime I cut myself before I blink an eye, and I go wash myself to it.
I've cut myself
And
too.
many times my wife patches me up.
I know, but a little bit of blood versus like blood we're finding in the sink, is it a significant amount of blood?
Whose blood is it?
Yeah, it's enough.
Okay.
Whose blood is it?
I don't know.
Well,
But we're asking you, hoping that you'll be
my
able
own
to tell
blood.
us.
If it's my own blood, what's the matter with me washing this?
Okay,
bleeding?
either it is or it isn't though. It's left in there. Did you cut yourself today?
No. Today I've been here.
Okay. Well, in the morning. I mean, you haven't been here since midnight last night, right? You've been here since what? What time? 11?
Well, since
10:30? 11?
10:30, 11, somewhere in there.
Okay, so yesterday when you were gardening, did you cut yourself and go and wash your hands and leave some blood in the sink?
Not that I know.
Not that you know of. Okay.
Could have been many.
Don't get me wrong. We're just trying to figure this out.
Days before
Yeah.
that.
You're kind of deflecting everything like I don't know, but
A lot of times I shot myself.
this is significant stuff to say.
I don't know.
I
don't know anything about that.
You at some point you got to know something about this stuff. It's your house, okay? That's all we're asking you for. Is tell us.
At least once a week, I'm bleeding somewhere. I can't touch anything, and as soon as I scratch myself, I'm bleeding. I go wash it. I got alcohol up there, whatever, and then if it's better off, she patches me out. That happened many, many times. Right now, my blood is very thin.
Yeah, we understand that.
So I don't know whose blood it is. It has to be my blood, and nobody else's blood.
Okay.
That's all.
And if we were to test it and it comes back to be Karen's blood, then what do we say?
It's not going to happen.
You don't think it's going to be hers? And this won't be her blood here on your shirt either.
You're not as emphatic about that one. Is that going to be Karen's blood?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. What would it be?
That's an interesting thing to say.
I have no reason. There's no reason to have a blood in my shirt.
Well, Tony, that's an interesting thing to say. I don't think so. Versus,
Well, what else can I
no.
say?
You can say, hell no, that's not my blood. Or that's not her
Well,
blood.
I did say that before.
That's what a normal person would say if they knew that they cut themselves
Well,
and it was on their shirt and they put it in the clothes hamper. Because
Well, I'm
most
sorry that
people-
I said that way, but I meant that it's not my blood. It's not. That's it. And I don't want to change conversation.
we just want to understand, because all these things are adding up, and the picture gets worse the more we go through your home. The picture gets worse. It doesn't get better. It gets worse. It's like, hey, this thing shows Tony's responsible. This thing shows Tony's responsible. That thing shows Tony's responsible. That thing shows Tony's responsible. The video shows Tony's responsible. The blood in the sink shows Tony's responsible. What do I do? I can't even stand up and argue for you because you won't even tell me what happened.
I have nothing to tell you.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't have a thing to tell you.
Tony, where are the cookies? Where are the biscotti? What'd you do with them? Did you take them with you?
Oh, no, but I have no. I got a lot of those at home.
Oh, okay, because earlier...
I'm not an Indian giver.
No, earlier you said, yeah, where was the biscotti?
Oh, yeah.
You asked us.
Well, sure.
It was an interesting question because we never told you we never found the biscotti.
No, you never did it, but I did ask it up. I know I brought the cookies there, and I'm asking what happened to the cookies.
Knowing that your daughter was killed, is it reasonable to ask me about a bag of frickin' cookies?
Well, there will be an evidence if somebody grab it and take it.
So the Cookie Monster did it. Is that it?
Well, I don't know about the cookie mustard, but, you know.
I'm just trying to
I know I
figure
brought
this
the
out.
cookies, I put them in the corner.
When confronted, Anthony didn't hesitate to explain everything with his perfectly lined up lies. He claimed that he often cut himself while working, and suggested that the stains could have come from those minor injuries.
These blood spots on your shirt, do you have any cuts on you right now?
No, not today.
Well, they don't heal overnight.
No, they don't.
So
That's true.
Do you have any cuts on you today? I'm not seeing any.
No, not yet.
Not yet. You're not going to cut yourself, are you?
Well, it all depends what I'm going to do in the backyard, or do trimmings, or cutting, or whatever.
Okay.
Or cut meat, or breaded meat, or what do I do?
Okay.
Trimming meat.
Do you have any cuts on your
Or
body
if I
right
grab
now?
if I go pick some lemons on the tree, they got a lot of what's it called that. I really get poked. Before you know, I'm bleeding.
Do you have any cuts on your body right now?
No,
Nothing.
not that I know.
Not that you know of. Do you
Oh yeah, I mean I don't have any blood bleeding.
I can't get past all the little white lies, Tony. I can't.
Well, I don't. To you they're white lies. To me they're not.
Fair enough. Everybody's got their perspective, and I get it. I'm just trying to put together a murder of a 68-year-old woman that was most likely committed by you. I think you
According to
did
you.
it. I think you did it.
No way.
I think
Never
you're
in a million
responsible.
years.
I think you took something and you hit her really, really hard, multiple times in the head, crushing her skull. I think you did. I think you're strong enough. I think you're able enough. I think you have the present ability. I just can't understand
No
why.
reason in the world for me to go do a thing like that. No reason in the world.
Tony, I would agree that there's no reason for a human being to kill another human being. But sadly, that happened in this case. And the thing that ticks me off the most is whoever did it had the audacity to try to make it look like she had done it to herself. That to me is pure evil. Pure evil. And that's one of the things I have a real problem with. That's the major issue I have with this whole thing.
I understand the way you feel about it and what you have, but I did not do anything.
He then continued saying he might have accidentally shaken his hand while bleeding, causing the marks on the fabric. But the detectives didn't give the chance and explained that the pattern of the stains didn't match a simple cut. The blood wasn't concentrated in one area, it was spread out, which seemed to be more consistent with spatter than dripping. Even then, Anthony didn't change his story.
You're going to jail tonight. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Well, I have no say so as far as that goes.
That's correct.
I'm here.
The reason why you're going to jail is because there is no explanation for all these things. All these things that point to you being responsible.
But you haven't tested if it's our blood or not.
We have what's called probable cause, Tony, and that probable cause is a set of facts of circumstances or circumstances that lead me to believe that you're responsible for the murder of Karen Navarra. I think you caved her head in. I do. I think you did some really evil stuff.
No way. I'm not the kind of a man whatsoever that even crosses my mind and things like that.
Sadly, a human can do a lot of crazy things.
Not this kid. Not this kid.
Right, Tony?
I'm a lovable man, family man. Believe me, son.
Okay.
Okay.
Wrong boat.
Just hang out here, bud.
Yeah. Can I talk to my wife? I got blamed for something I didn't do. How did that happen? I have no idea. I didn't do it. I did not do it. I didn't do it. Not me. Who in the hell was in the house? I don't know. There's somebody on the other side of the house. Somebody outside. I did sit in the car for a while. You know what? I did sit in the car for a while after I came out of the house to catch my breath. I was short of breath. I remember now. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I stayed in the car. I don't know for long, but I did. Oh, you're the man I want to see.
What's up, Tony?
I came up with something.
You came up with something.
I remember something.
Okay.
Okay.
Why don't you know?
Please come in.
Go ahead. Go ahead and take a seat,
Have a
Tony.
seat.
Let's talk.
Sure.
What do you remember?
I'll tell you.
Something important?
Huh?
Something important?
It could be.
What's that, Tony?
Anthony was not giving anything in any way, and the cops at this point had no choice but to leave him alone in the room. And his behavior alone is even more chilling, as he simply walks around while mumbling "poor baby" in an emotionless voice.
No way. Can I go do that? Oh my gosh. Poor baby. I didn't do it. Never. Never. I don't know what happened.
Left alone, Anthony also sat quietly for a moment before beginning to talk to himself. And at one point, he kept talking to himself as if that was going to prove his innocence.
Never see the deadlight again. I can't do it. I will never do that. Never. What a mess I made. I didn't do it. I did not do it. I did not do it. Who in the hell was in the house?
Hey, Tony. This here's Jeremy.
Yes.
Jeremy's going to take you over to the Santa Clara County Jail. Okay? We have to handcuff everybody, but I understand what's going on here. What we're going to do is we're going to handcuff you in front.
I appreciate that.
As long as you don't get out of control.
Oh, sure.
Okay?
Alright, cool. So just, I guess hold your hands out like that.
He gets real easy bruises.
Yeah.
Okay, so just, you're fine where you are.
I put them on top of you.
Alright, I'm gonna try to just not hurt, give you more bruising. It's not perfect, but are you comfortable?
Well, it could be turning it this way.
Let me fix this one. First time I've handcuffed someone in the front, so.
It's always the first time.
Usually does not work this way. Alright, so. No, that one's fine. Turn your. Okay. I think we got it on both ways.
You have to put this over here.
Okay.
Start all over again.
Say again?
So start all over again.
Sit, man.
Yeah. Alright. So, to get it right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this will work.
I think so.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You got it.
Alright, so you're gonna follow my instructions. We're gonna walk out of the building, we're going to my car, and then I'm gonna transport you, okay?
You betcha.
Alright, so you're gonna go and walk out to the right.
Come on out here, Tony.
Anthony Aiello pleaded not guilty and was awaiting trial in the Santa Clara County Main Jail when his health rapidly declined due to pre-existing conditions, including congestive heart failure and kidney issues. On September 10, 2019, Aiello was taken to the Santa Clara Valley Medical Center Hospital due to deteriorating health, where he was pronounced dead at 6:12 p.m., nearly a year after his arrest, and before the case could come to trial. With his passing, the charges were formally dismissed, which marked the end for a chapter of the case that began with a murder, a Fitbit, and unanswered questions about what really happened that day in September 2018. But what do you think really happened that day? Was it really Anthony who had acted alone with a motive, or was someone else involved? Let me know what you think in the comments.